South Africa, South Africa, South Africa, South Africa, South Africa, South Africa. I've been saying for a long time that your elections are rigged. I've been saying for a long time that your elections are rigged. If you remember, a couple of years ago, I did that episode where I exposed the 2024 elections, and I told you those elections were rigged. If you look at those numbers, those elections were rigged. Okay, the 2024 national elections were rigged. Just look at the numbers; they don't make any sense. That's the first thing. So now this is exclusive footage. The ANC has already rigged the upcoming elections. This is exclusive footage. The ANC has already rigged the upcoming elections. This is exclusive footage, guys. If you are new here, make it a point that you like the video and then click on the notification bell, okay? Click on the notification bell. Click on that bell if you are new here. Click on that notification bell, okay? This kind of information will change your life. I provide you evidence every day, guys. Okay, let's go.
Have apparently been discovered in a house in Pretoria, and they're believed to be linked to the controversial conference in which elected Loyiso Masuku as the regional chair and saw the defeat of Dada Morero, the current Johannesburg mayor. Officials from the Office of the Secretary General and the police are currently on the scene. Well, let's get the very latest with SABC News senior reporter Samgele Maseko. Samgele, a very good afternoon to you. So please give us all the details pertaining to this discovery and whose house, of course, were these ballots actually found. Good afternoon to you.
Indeed, Alicia, ballot papers of the Greater Johannesburg ANC conference were found in the house up behind us right now that my colleague Tulo Munare is showing you. They were at the back of the house, abandoned there in a black plastic bag. We will be showing those visuals as the show goes on today to show you those particular ballot papers, how they've been found by these police officers and ANC security. I'm going to try and speak to these police officers. Baba, very good afternoon to you. We see that you found ballot papers of the ANC regional conference. Any comment from you guys?
No comment.
Well, the police are seemingly not wanting to comment, but I'm going to move over, Alicia, and go to the man who was running the regional conference of the ANC in Greater Johannesburg. He was holding press briefing. He was holding and running the regional conference in Greater Johannesburg. He is alongside Mr. Manda Ngwana, who works in the SGO, who's part of the organizing at Little House. A very good afternoon to you, sir. We see you were here with the police, and Mr. Sihlezi Galala, Kumbuzo Nchavin, ANC members, also convener of deployees in Gauteng. What is happening with these ballot papers that have been found in this particular house?
Hi, Samkelo. I think for now, as the ANC would not give comment because there will be a process that will be undertaken. So we were also surprised to be called here and we discovered what we discovered. But without going into detail, please allow the internal organizational processes to unfold. And once they've unfolded, then I'm sure that the SG or through the media house, they will be able to give concise feedback in terms of what is happening.
What did you find here? Because I saw visuals of black plastic bags filled with ballot papers and stats of the regional conference. What was in that particular consignment you found at the back of the yard in the Millie Mill vegetable area?
Unfortunately, I can't comment to that as well because I do not have the permission either from the SG or from the provincial leadership to divulge any information that was found here to anyone, including your respectable selves. And I think that you did see, as you indicated, that the police are here. That matter would be for the police. Most probably, if you speak to them, they'll be able to give you more information. But for now, please allow us to undertake all the necessary internal processes. Once they are concluded, I'm sure the office of the SG will communicate further. Thank you.
There have been allegations that this particular regional conference, there were a lot of discrepancies and irregularities within this regional conference. You were running the elections of this regional conference. I saw you at a press briefing post the regional conference announcing the changing of Bonolo Ramachele to Tutugile Zuma on the additionals because the additional structure was not adhering to the 50-50 gender parity of the ANC.
No, to that as well. It's an internal process of the ANC. I cannot comment on it.
From a person who was running the elections,
yes.
Were you surprised to find these ballot papers in this particular house?
No, very much. Very much. But I will end it there. Thank you very much.
Why were you surprised? Where should they be?
I can't comment any further. Thank you very much.
Where should the ballot papers be?
There's a contract that normally the ANC signs with all election agencies, and the contract stipulates where ballots are supposed to be stored. So I'm sure that the contract related to this issue would have stipulated the same. So I'm not sure what the contract did indicate, but there was engagement here with the owner of the elections agency. So I can't comment on that because I was not part of the appointment process of the elections agency.
But there's also allegations around the agency and the lady who owns the company saying that she worked under Ms. Loyiso Masuku in Johannesburg, was hired by her when she was still in a department called ESG, a complaint that was filed by the losing contender, Mr. Dada Morero.
No, I saw that in the media as well, and I think to that effect he did respond. So I cannot comment on that one because the allegations were between her and the chair of the region as we stand here.
Thank you very much, sir. Mr. Mandangwana, you work at Luthuli House. You are part of organizing. Just a few questions to you, sir. I see you are not what... Well, that is Mandangwana who is unable and refusing to speak. But just to give you further clarity, Alicia, this is the home where the ballot boxes were found. It's owned by the lady who was running the elections agency. That was where the regional conference took place, and she was part of the company that was essentially running the regional conference and the voting. The name of the company, I'm just looking from it on these papers that I have, it's EMCA that was running the regional conference. The ballot papers were found with ANC branding on them with the number of votes of people. It is a huge package that was found stored in a vegetable garden at the back of her home. We will be showing those particular visuals. My political editor, Mr. Mzwandile Mbeje, is working on those particular visuals so that they can be shown on air at this point in time. We will show them in the next 5-10 minutes where the ballot papers were found in the home of the elections agency, EMCA, that was running the ANC Greater Johannesburg Regional Conference that has seen a lot of controversy around that particular regional conference. We did try and engage with the Grasfontein police who are here on the scene. They refused to speak on the matter. The ANC did send 2 of its senior leaders who officiated that regional conference of Greater Johannesburg. Mr. Sihlezi Galala, ANC NEC member, he was here, and also Kumbudzo Nchaveni, who's the head of deployees in the province of Gauteng, was also here, leading to that particular where the Secretary General of the ANC said there was no investigation when it comes to the issues of the Greater Johannesburg region, but it does certainly look like there was an investigation because they were led to this particular house. You don't know what led them to this particular house if there's no investigation. Yesterday, our colleagues, Natasha Piri, did ask the Secretary General, Fikile Mbalula, about this particular Regional Conference of Greater Johannesburg, and he said that there is a complaint. They are dealing with that particular complaint, and now ballot papers are found at the back of a home in a milli-meal little garden, vegetable garden, thrown away. There are allegations that they were being tampered with, or they were going to be tampered with before being handed over to the ANC security for safekeeping in order to deal with the complaint that was raised by the executive mayor of the city of Johannesburg and former regional chairperson Dada Morero. As you can see, the police officers, I'm going to just come and show you this particular consignment. We are seeing it here with my colleague Tula Munare of the ballot papers. These are the ballot papers that have been found of the Greater Johannesburg Regional Conference. They are essentially, we are told that they are meant to be in storage for safekeeping. They were not meant to be at the backyard of a particular individual's home or the elections agency's home, but we are seeing them at this point in time. You can see the total number of votes. I can see the gender, they're female, 207. I would assume, as we can see from this particular evidence, it is the ANC regional Johannesburg Conference 2025 regional additional members result slip. You can see there on this. I won't be able to touch this particular evidence. It may be contaminated with, but you can see that it is about the regional conference. It is showing the elections agency EMCA, which has been in the spotlight and the media domain for all the wrong reasons, allegations that there were issues of bias that may have creeped in from the person running this particular agency. It is said that she resigned about 2-3 years ago from the company. As you can see, the other slips of the additional members. Mandla Ngwane refused to comment. He is in the SGO office in organizing. The head of the elections, who was running this particular elections for the African National Congress in Greater Johannesburg region, says that it is rather surprising that they found these ballot boxes at an individual's home and they are not meant to be there, which has further fueled the allegations that some have purported to say, especially those supporting Dada Murero, that there may have been a lot of wrongdoing and nefarious things going on in the Greater Johannesburg Regional Conference.
Samkele, any response from Loyiso Masuku at this stage? I know that, of course, the party is currently hosting its Lekgotla NEC meeting out in Boksburg.
At this point in time, we've not been able to. I have reached out to the ANC regional leadership. I have reached out to the likes of the regional secretary, the regional treasurer, the deputy chairperson. I've tried to reach out to the officials of the ANC in the Greater Johannesburg region. I do know that my colleague Natasha Piri is currently at the Birchwood Hotel at the ANC NEC Lekgotla. She is trying to locate Dada Murero, the former regional chairperson of the ANC in Greater Johannesburg, and who is currently the executive mayor of the city of Johannesburg. He was at an ANC NEC Lekgotla last weekend, where there were fireworks at that particular NEC Lekgotla, with himself and some of the city officials that were there in that particular regional ANC Lekgotla in the Greater Johannesburg region. I also do know that there was a session where they spoke about what was in the media domain last week about the complaint of the regional conference by the former regional chairperson of Johannesburg to that particular meeting. Sasabona Mangani, the regional secretary, spoke extensively about those complaints by some individuals, saying that there were discrepancies in the regional conference, saying there was none. The regional conference was run free, fair and square. At this point in time, the region has said that there was no nefarious issues that took place at the regional conference. Everything was above board. The ANC Secretary General said that there's no investigation, there's no crisis in Johannesburg, but it does certainly look like there is heavy divisions within the ANC and how some may view how the regional conference was run, particularly by that of Dada Murero, particularly in the complaint that he had sent to the African National Congress on that particular regional conference. I'm just going to try and find that letter that Dada Murero sent to the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Figile Mbalula, on the Greater Johannesburg Regional Conference, and some of what the data that is contained in the complaint that he filed to the Secretary General's office. In there, I found the document. Just to quote from the document, Ayanda, quote, "It is particularly troubling that Nolutando White, the owner of the elections agency, is currently employed by the city of Johannesburg. Her recruitment was overseen by the then MMC of group, corporate and shared services around the period of 2019-2021 as part of a group of 130 recruits. Furthermore, she serves as a media specialist within the MMC's office." This is what is contained in the letter drafted by Dada Murero to the ANC Secretary General. Quote again, the severity of the alleged transgressions by the elections agency necessitates clarification from the provincial task team regarding their appointment process, especially in light of the agency's conduct, which threatens the integrity of the ANC's internal democratic processes. End of quote. That is what Dada Murero drafted to the ANC Secretary General. He further says, "We've urged the provincial task team to investigate these troubling developments seriously with the aim of safeguarding the democratic integrity of the ANC and supporting its renewal efforts. In accordance with the ANC constitution, we believe that a thorough investigation is necessary to restore confidence to our internal processes. A prompt response to this complaint is essential, as any delay could jeopardize the renewal program, particularly during such a critical electoral year. In conclusion, the credibility of the elections agency has been severely compromised. It appears that the entire process was orchestrated with a predetermined outcome, as evidenced by the timing of the conference relevant to the initial regional roadmap. The key question for the ANC provincial task team is whether the election agency disclosed any conflict of interest or relationships with candidates, particularly in regard to ownership and management of the agency." This, end of quote, what Dada Murero, the former regional chairperson of Greater Johannesburg region, sent to the African National Congress provincial coordinator, Mr. Hopapo, and also the Secretary General of the African National Congress, Fikile Mbalula. We do have the visuals of when the ballot papers were found at the back of this particular house in a garden. They were found particularly, if you look at that mealie meal there that is growing, it was found in a similar vegetable garden at the back of the house. Those ballot papers in a black plastic bag were found at the back of this home. We will be showing you those visuals promptly. Our team is working on them, the video editors, in order to get them, Alicia, on air as soon as possible.
Thank you so much, Samgeda.